minutes after Brookside.
By the way, nice one, Jimmy. And congratulations.
Oh, ha.
First time I've had a fully paid up Mr. Chips on my payroll.
Well, I will be once I get through my probationary year at Brookie Comp.
Suppose I'll have to watch my P's and Q's around you now, eh?
Well, not for long, you know. I mean, to be honest with you, Mick, I'm going to have to pack this place in, aren't I? You know, before I take up my post. Can't have the kids seeing Sarah doing a bit of moonlighting.
Hey, it's done you all right these past few months.
Yeah, you're right. Suppose you'll have your Leo in here full-time, will you?
Joking, aren't you? You'd run a mile if you had to stay here permanently.
Oh, bit choosy, is he?
You know what kids are like, Jimmy. Doesn't want his old fella breathing down his neck day and night. I'll have to ask your Linda if she fancies the extra hours. Keep her in the family, eh?
Yeah, sound. And, thanks, boss.
I haven't even asked her yet.
No, I mean for taking me on. You know, in the first place, and, well, giving me a chance when no one else around here wanted to know.
That's no pro, Jimmy. More than proved yourself as far as I'm concerned.
Gonna miss this place. Longest I've ever held down a job.
Biggest chance of your life now, Jim.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure I don't let me or our Jackie down ever again.
Hello, Susanna Farnham speaking. This evening? What for? Well, can't you tell me what it's about over the phone? Oh, well, what time's evening surgery? Right, 5:30. OK, I'll see you then. Bye.
Sorry I'm late. And my dad kept me talking for ages. Probably thought I was meeting Jason.
I gather my grandson's still not flavour of the month with your father, then?
He drives me mad. What with him rabbiting on the money and Jason's dad in the... I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
That's all right, love. Probably do you good to get it off your chest.
Thanks for meeting me, Mrs. Shadwick. And I didn't know whether I should bother you or not.
Well, I'm glad you did, love. I think it's about time you and me had a little chat.
Hello, Max. Oh, for goodness sake. Where on earth have you been?
The wholesalers?
Well, what's the point of having a mobile if you keep it switched off all the time?
What? Has, something happened? Is Jackie all right? Has something happened to the baby?
I spoke to her earlier before the surgery rang.
The surgery rang here?
They want to see me at 5:30 this evening.
What for?
I don't know. They wouldn't say on the phone, just said that Dr. Stevens needs to speak to me as soon as possible. Well, it must be serious for her to send for me like that.
It won't be anything too major, darling.
But maybe she found something abnormal in that last routine check I had. She's found something, hasn't she, Max? Something really serious.
All right, if I get off when I'm done here, Mick. I want to get home, you know, get changed, sharpish like.
All right. What's on the res this time of day?
Oh, well, yeah, be having the right time. Razzing it up, won't I? Getting a new pair of shoes from our Val's catalogue.
You'll be having them handmade, Jimmy, once you head to Brookie Comp.
Do you know, I still can't believe that teacher having an heart attack and me cutting for his job. Talk about a stroke of luck.
Yeah, well, only if you cop for the silver lining, Jimmy.
Hey, don't knock it, mate. I've had enough clouds hanging over me to last a lifetime, I'm telling you. All I need now is for that son-in-law of mine to do one, and I'll tell you, I reckon us Corkills could be in for a few clear blue skies from now on.
Is he still on about this access thing, is he?
Slimy get. Got our Lindsay hanging on a piece of string.
Yeah, well, do tell her to hang in there, Jimmy. Because the courts aren't soft, you know. They can usually suss out what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, well, let's hope so, eh? I know our county's been messed around enough as it is these past couple of years. Oh, aye. Hang on to your loose bits. There's your fancy one. We're making a beeline for you, Mick.
Over, will you?
And tell me you want to get in there. She fancies you.
Just do one, will you? All right, Pauline, what can I get you?
Oh, I don't know. Not sure what I fancy.
These Savoys are famous round here, kid. Biggest and best this side of the Mersey.
Thought you were going.
No rush.
Looks like it's up to you then. So, Mick, what have you got to tempt me with? I know you're going to think I'm dead soft, but I felt from the minute I saw him.
Of course I don't think you're soft. Love's like that sometimes. Just jumps up and smacks you in the face when you least expect it.
Was it like that for you, Mr. Chadwick?
Good Lord, no. With me and my Tommy, it was more what you might call a slow burn. Not that we didn't hit it off from the start, like. Mind you, he could be a stubborn old devil, too. That's where my Greg and Jason get it from. I think the pair of them could do with their heads banging together.
I'm just scared that all this bad feeling between them over the abortion and everything, it's going to backfire on me and Jace. I couldn't bear to lose him, you know. Not now.
Seen anything you fancy, yeah?
Well, I think I'll have the omelette. It's cancer, isn't it?
Darling, no, of course not.
And I'm being summoned to the surgery this evening so she can pronounce the death sentence.
Darling, please.
I can't bear it, Max. Not after everything else we've been through. Especially when we've got so much to look forward to.
We don't know for sure there's anything wrong with you yet.
Why else would I be summoned to the surgery like this? 6 weeks. That's all. 6 weeks till I hold my son in my arms for the first time. What's going to happen to him if I'm not around to care for him?
Hello again.
Hey,
Gonna have to stop meeting like this.
I'm not complaining. So, how much your chicken and chips?
Oh, gorgeous. From now on, I'm on the wagon, all right?
How come?
I've been on the scales. I thought the needle was never gonna stop.
Go away. Look great to me.
Oh, thanks, love. You haven't seen me in my skimpies.
Was a pity.
Believe me, Mick, it's not a pretty sight. So even if I'm begging for it, do not let me have so much as one more chip from out of there.
You ever thought about taking up exercise, you know?
Oh, there's no way I'm parading around in a leotard looking like this.
No. I was talking more about dancing, you know.
Oh, is that disco, line dancing, or what?
Well, whatever suits you, really.
So you'd recommend it, would you?
Yeah. I've heard it's they're good for burning off the calories. You know?
Thanks, Mick. I'll have to remember that. See ya.
So, yeah.
I'll see you then. Well, thanks for being so understanding about everything. Especially, well, you know.
People fought long and hard for you to have that right, love. And don't you forget it.
Thanks. I just wish I hadn't caused all this trouble between Jason and his dad. I still don't know what I'm going to do about it.
No, but I do, love. So you just get yourself off and leave me to do the worrying. All right? Bye, love.
Our Carly's been sat in there for the past half hour waiting for him to turn up.
Do you think he will this time?
Well, he hasn't bothered for the last couple of weeks, so who knows what he's playing at.
How can a father treat his own kid like that?
I've tried talking to Carly, but she thinks the sun shines out of a flaming daddy's backside, doesn't she?
Evil little swine. What's he putting her through that every week? Your Lindsay must be going mad.
Well, she's got out of the way with Peter, you know, but I reckon she's going to crack up soon if he keeps it up much longer.
Is that why you're giving him a wide berth in case you land one on him?
You what? I'd knock him into the middle of next week if I got the chance.
That'd go down well with the governors of Brookie Camp, wouldn't it?
Yeah, sacked before I've started. I still can't believe it. Me, a teacher. I have to keep pinching myself, make sure it's real.
Oh, it's real, all right. Your Jackie showed me the letter you got this morning, confirming your appointment, Mr. Martin James Corker, like. Suppose it was your mate that did the police check on your application form, like.
All right, keep it down, will you? Couldn't give the real info about myself, could I?
Hey, Jimmy, I don't want to know. Anyway, I reckon you owe me one from your first month's salary.
How'd you work that one out, like?
These lucky shoes that I lent you, you should have them cast in bronze, mate. Just to remind you how you got where you are today.
Yeah, well, I reckon that's worth the pint or two, Sim.
Right, Gregory. Out here. Now.
Aye. Who's been a naughty boy, then?
What are you playing at, Mother?
Oh, I'm not playing, son. You and me are going to get this sorted out once and for all. So get yourself into that bungalow before I really show you up.
I'm in the middle of a job here.
Are you deaf as well as daft? I said now!
Someone's gonna get the legs slapped when they get home.
Ah, well, no rest for the wicked. See you later.
See you later, kid. So you turned up then? You snivelling little rat.
What's up, Jimmy? Aren't you pleased to see me?
I am gonna knock your bloody head off.
Your daughter's fancy man's already tried that. Still here, though, aren't I?
Yeah, you're lucky, aren't you? Because if I'd have caught up with you before, Peter, you'd be 6 foot under now.
Hey, I've had the big boys at me, Jimmy, so I know Mark like you's got no chance. Besides, you don't want to ruin your fancy new career now, do you, sir?
How the hell do you know about that?
It's all over the parade, isn't it? Biggest scally around getting a job as a teacher. And that'd be worth a couple of quid to keep quiet. So if you'll excuse me, my daughter's waiting.
You're not going anywhere. And our Kylie can wait a bit longer. You have made our Lindsay's life a misery ever since she took up with you. And I am not gonna stand back and see you cause her any more aggravation. Got it?
Wouldn't touch her with a barge pole, the amount of fellas she's been through. Think about your nice new job, Jimmy.
Why didn't you just do one, eh? Go and crawl back from where you came.
Because I'm going to see my daughter. And there's nothing you or anyone can do to stop me. I've got rights, you see. And I'm going to keep turning up week after week until your Lindsay gets the message.
Oh, you think so, do you? Well, that's why you're out of luck, soft lad. Because she's gone out for the day with Peter, so that she doesn't have to look at your ugly mug.
Oh, will you have to give her a message for me? See, since that bit of bother the other week, I had to put my rates up. So you can tell her if she still wants to get rid of me, it's going to cost her an extra 2,000.
12,000 quid? Where do you think she's going to get money like that from, eh?
She'll have to ask her fiancé to put up his prices, won't she?
He's going to make mincemeat of you, son.
Oh, that's a killer, that is. Because you and I know no one's going to lay a finger on me. What with this residency hearing coming up in a couple of weeks?
Oh, you reckon, do you?
Jimmy! Break it up. Just do one, eh?
On my way, big fella. Just remember to give Lindsay that message for me, will you?
You can't hide behind our Kylie for the rest of your life, soft lad. God. I'll swing for him, I'm telling you.
He's right, you know, Jimmy. One false move and your new career's going to be over before it's even got off the ground. Oh, come on, you've worked too hard for this, mate. Don't blow it all because of some no-mark.
And I'm not having you coming round here making a total show of me.
The only one making a show of anyone is you. That poor girl's already going through all kinds of misery. And for some reason, you seem determined to make things even worse for her.
Because the poor girl, as you call her, seems hell-bent on ruining my son's life. He'd have never have stolen that money if she hadn't talked him into it.
Oh, for heaven's sake, son, don't be so damn naive.
Our Jason's never gone behind me back before, even when he was a kid. That Katrina's had the hooks into him for 5 minutes and she's got him doing all sorts.
Oh, he's not some little lad anymore. He's a grown man with a mind of his own. And if anyone's life going to be ruined by all this, it's Katrina's. She's the one who's just had to abort her own child.
And whose fault's that, eh? They never came to me for advice.
She's just as devastated by all this as you know. Can't you at least try and understand what she's going through?
I'm sorry, Mother, but she should have let our Jason tell us what was going on.
Oh, it's not that easy, son. She was confused, frightened. All you want is for someone to wave a magic wand and make it all go away.
So she took the easy way out and booked herself in for an abortion.
Easy? That girl made the most difficult decision she'd probably make in the whole of her life.
Oh, here we go again. Jessie Shadwick, world expert.
I am on this one, son, believe me. I know what she's going through because I've been there. Every painful minute. April the 21st, 1956. That's when they flushed my baby out of me.
I don't mind going with you next week if you need a bit of moral support.
Thanks, Rich, but if this magistrate's going to pull the public humiliation card like he did with Ron Dicko, then I'd rather no one else was there to see it.
Do you reckon Carmel will turn up at the hearing?
Well, can't see it. She's made it perfectly plain that she doesn't want to set eyes on me again, so...
Well, you never know, Sin. She might have second thoughts once the court case is out the way.
Yeah, and I might sign for Liverpool next season.
Have you thought about what you're going to do with the house?
Well, I was thinking of renting it out to a fit, rich woman with no ties except half a dozen lovely sisters for me to choose.
I
I don't think I can bear all this weight, Jim.
Try and relax, darling. I mean, it could be something or nothing that Dr. Stevens wants to see you about.
But what if it isn't? Let's go to the surgery and see if she'll talk to me now.
You can't do that. The appointment's not till 5:30.
I don't care. I'd rather be sitting there than here playing the blushing bride without a care in the world.
A few of the girls had organised a charter to go to a dance up at the RAF camp at Sealand. I didn't really fancy it, but Anne-Marie dragged me along to make up the numbers. I fell for him the minute I clapped eyes on him. He was so handsome standing there in his uniform. God, I loved him. After that first night, we spent every spare minute together, talking, laughing, loving. He was a good man. Tony Fitz. Kind, thoughtful, a big, gentle bear of a man. We got engaged that Christmas, despite me mum and dad wanting us to wait till we put some money behind us. 1955 it was. And cold enough to freeze the Mersey. He was shot down at Suez the following spring. I thought my heart would never mend. I just cried for days when they told me. So when I missed my first period, I just put it down to me losing Tony like that. I just wanted to die so I could be with him. It's funny, but I had no sense of this new life growing inside me. Not then. Not till later. Well, there were tears and rows and recriminations. They battered me with words like sin and shame and packed me off to Auntie Mary in Glossop. Oh, they all knew what was best for me, every single one of them. But not before I'd learned to love that baby me and Tony Fitz had made. He used a solution of soap flakes and Dettol, drew it up into that syringe with his dirty hands, and shot it up inside me like I had no feelings. Like I was nothing. It took 18 long, slow, agonizing hours for my baby to slip away from me. Bit by tiny bit. As if it was clinging onto me, terrified of letting go. So yes, son. This time I reckon I am Jessie Shadwick, world expert.
You mark my words, I'm telling you. 2006, Yanks for the World Cup. Cheers.
Tell you what, it's a good thing you're teaching history and not sport.
You look fantastic.
Thanks.
And I so go misbehaving yourself with her, you know.
Don't you worry. I'll take good care of her.
Hey, I want you back in that flat no later than 3 or 4.
Joel, don't wait up, because I intend to be very late, very drunk, and if he's looking very, very rude.
At the end of the day, there's no real right or wrong in any of this, you know. Our Jason and Katrina were faced with a problem and they dealt with it the best way we could. That's all any of us can really hope to do.
And what about regrets? How'd you cope with them?
You bury them deep and get on with your life, son. There's no point missing out on happiness for a bunch of what-ifs or maybes. Anyway, if the abortion hadn't happened, we might never have had you.
So how come you and me dad never had any more kids after me?
Well, it wasn't for the lack of trying, I can assure you. Given the choice, me and your dad would have had a house full. But they told us we were lucky to have you, given the state of me insides after the abortion. There's always a price to pay, son. Well, maybe it was a blessing. You were more than enough to cope with. Right little devil you were. You ran me ragged from the minute you were born. Some things never change, eh?
I'm sorry, Mum.
I know you are, son.
I'll make things right with our Jason and Katrina. Promise.
Well, As your dad always used to say, it takes a big man to know when he's wrong.
And an even bigger one to say sorry.
Mrs. V. Just take a seat, please.
I'll be right here if you need me.
Hi. Just off home to me lettuce leaf.
All right. So you don't fancy taking up my advice about going dancing then?
To music, ain't you, Mick?
Oh, yeah. The original soul brother, me. I know a great little place that plays all the best.
Looks like the boss is getting stuck in there after all.
You can't leave him alone for a minute, can you?
So I wondered if you fancied, you know, going along with me there tonight.
Oh, sorry, Mick. Not tonight. Friday's my big night.
What, night out with the girls, is it?
No. Quiet night in. See ya. Lads?
Oh, thanks a bunch, you two.
I'm just home to pick up a few tips, Mick, you know.
Listen, I've told you. You should talk to us before you try going pulling any women.
Huh? No chance. It's not going to be a next time where she's concerned.
Susanna, all right?
Perhaps you'd like to come through.
Susanna?
Max. Oh, Max.
What's happened, darling?
I can't.
Well, is it that bad?
Do you want me to tell him?
It hasn't really sunk in yet.
Darling, what?
I'm pregnant.
Pregnant? How?
It's wonderful, isn't it? After all this time, after everything we've been through, we're having another baby.
Friday comedy and some friendly advice coming up here on 4. Never trust a woman with handcuffs. Chandler's Nicked, next.
Brookside.
For another one. Oh, I forgot. There we are. Right. Now then. One more ball.
No, I couldn't. I'm full enough as it is.
No. Well, at the risk of sounding cliched, you're eating for two now. Then again, could be twins, triplets.
I think one miracle at a time is enough, don't you?
Darling, I just can't believe it, you know.
Oh, we must have another one of these staff nights out soon. I really enjoyed it. Would you pay for the drinks? I'm just going to pop to the bill. I don't know who she's trying to kid. The only reason we came out is because she wants to keep out of Ollie's way.
Why did they fall out?
Well, she says they haven't, but there's definitely an atmosphere between them. Plus, she's been really edgy since Marcus left for London. I think she's worried she might have scared him off.
Have you heard from them?
No, nothing.
Is Rachel and Big Bad Bruno perhaps date? Oh, no, the shame of it. He's bought one of those roses they sell around the pubs.
How romantic. He really does fancy himself, doesn't he?
Hiya.
Hi. I'll just check on how things went and cash up.
OK. So then, Cinderella, how come you're back so early? Did you have a good time or something?
Yeah, it was great. We both got Miss Clothes in the bar at Goodway. Jackie'd have a fit.
Yeah, but that's what Bruno says. I just reckon he was too tight to take you to a club.
No, not at all. We've had a lovely night.
So was he the perfect gentleman then?
Yeah.
What, you mean, didn't even try and get it for you when you got out the taxi?
Katie, don't be horrible.
Well, it's a bit of a disappointing end to the night, isn't it?
You said anything about the night being over?
What's she like?
I'll never forget the look on that guy's face at the petrol station when you asked him what he wanted for the entire display of flowers.
He thought I was joking, didn't he? I wouldn't mind, but I didn't get a discount for buying the whole lot. I knew you're worth it.
I keep wanting to pinch myself, just to make sure.
Well, we heard her correctly. You're pregnant, that's what she said. Clever Mrs. Farnham.
By the sounds of it, some of the credit should go to the surgeon who performed the laparoscopy.
Susanna, how could you?
You know what I mean. The doctor said it was probably the test that cleared the blockages.
Well, whatever it was, it's still a miracle.
Are you sure you're not bothered that he hasn't been in touch?
Why should I be?
Oh, come off it. After you spoke to him last week, there's been a definite change in your attitude towards him.
Only because I was surprised, that's all. I suspected him to react differently to me asking him to leave us alone.
Why? What was he like?
I've told you. He was apologetic. I felt quite sorry for him, really.
Oh, yeah? And what else did you feel?
Louise, I wish you'd give up on this hopeless romantic notion that Marcus and I are going to get back together again.
OK.
I know it's what you want, but it's not going to happen. I'm with Ollie now.
So, if Ollie wasn't around, things would be different?
I don't know. I mean, no, they wouldn't.
Oh, come on. Tell me what it is about Marcus that makes you feel the way you do about him.
Do I have to?
Yes, you do, actually. You treat your relationship with him like it's some kind of private matter. Sometimes I think you forget that I'm the product of that relationship, or at least what it used to be.
I just don't want you getting any ideas about there being some sort of reconciliation between us.
I just want to know how you both feel. OK, I might be hoping for the impossible, but by the same token, you might be hiding from your true feelings.
I don't think I am. All I'm saying is I was surprised by how he made me feel last time we spoke.
See, why can't you just tell me things like that? Why do I have to prise everything out of you?
Because, to be honest, I'm not sure about my feelings. All that's happened is that I saw a glimpse of the old Marcus, the one I used to know before all the violence and anger ruined everything.
How do you mean?
I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's as though he let his guard slip just for a moment, exposed the tender, caring side of his nature. Whether I could have been imagining it, I don't know. Perhaps he was even playing mind games with me.
He wasn't. You've read the manuscript of his book. The real Marcus is in those words. And he is caring and passionate, all the things he used to be. I'm sure it's not some kind of front. He's totally genuine.
Well, whatever he is, I don't want to talk about him anymore.
Oh, come on. This is the most you've ever spoken to me about him.
Exactly. I've already said too much. I know what you're like. You'll let your imagination run riot. Right. We're off.
Oh, thanks for a good night, then.
I'll let you out.
Thanks. Bye.
See you later.
Yeah, see ya.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Bye. See you later.
See ya.
Bye. So, when are you going to pounce then?
Plenty of time yet. We could have a nice quiet drink and everyone else is gone and see what happens.
Aren't you nervous with it being the first lad you've copped off with since Christian?
No, he's dead nice. There's no pressure. We've had a really good laugh tonight.
So you think it could get serious?
God, Katie, I've had one drink with him.
Yeah, well, you can usually tell straight away whether you like them or not.
was only last week I thought I hated him. Give me a chance, will you?
You thought you didn't like him because you had a cob on about him taking over from Jackie, and that was before you found out he really fancied you.
I don't even know if he does or not yet.
Behave, never takes his eyes off you. Right, I'm getting off.
You sure you won't stay for a nightcap?
I say, if you two would be giving me daggers.
No, I wouldn't.
Thanks, I'm going to go to bed. I won't wait up for you.
I'll have to let you out, Gertie.
There you are, darling.
Oh, just put it on the side.
All right. Are you sure you want to have a glass of this?
No, I'm happy with my hot chocolate, thank you.
Right.
You're not going to drink all of that on your own, are you?
No, of course not. Just have a few glasses, that's all.
You'll be drunk.
Yeah, I should hope so. It's not every day you get the chance to celebrate something like this, is it?
We need to talk about Jackie. I don't think we should tell her our news until after she's had the baby.
Well, I think it's something we should think through whilst we're on holiday and then make a decision when we've come home. Agreed?
Yeah, OK.
But, darling, look, when we're in Goa, you promise me you won't worry about anything. Not Jackie, not house sales, nothing. Just sun, sea, and each other, yeah?
As long as you promise me that you won't overindulge in cocktails by the pool while I left sipping fruit juices.
Well, sure, you won't begrudge me having a bit of fun.
Oh, we can have a bit of fun without being half blotto, then.
Well, just wait till the evening, then, eh?
Ah, no, you won't.
Hey!
I went out with Debbie for years. She was a publicist. She travelled a lot, always off to London or Manchester. We hardly ever saw each other. In the end, we just split up.
When?
About 7.5 months ago.
Are you upset?
I suppose so. We were together for so long. I really missed her at first, but you get over it. I haven't really been out with anyone since.
I don't believe that.
Honestly, I've been working in the new bar for Barry. That's kept me busy.
So you and Barry good mates, then?
We get on well. I just work for him. I wouldn't say we're really close or anything.
From what I've heard, I don't think anyone gets too close to Barry.
What about Jackie? He seems very fond of her.
She's not had much to do with him. Not until he came back here and sorted out all the trouble she's having in this place.
So they've never been that close, then?
Not that I know of. Though I remember she once told me that he rescued her from a fire years ago.
Really?
Saved her life. Oh, it's dead romantic, isn't it?
Well, from the way he speaks about her, he's obviously very fond of her.
Look here. Must be nice to have someone looking out for you.
Hey, if you ever need looking after, you just come and see me. Steady on with that, or I'll have to carry you to bed. I didn't mean it like that. What I meant was...
It's okay.
You haven't spoken about yourself much tonight. You've let me go on, or you've talked about your mates.
There's not much to say, really.
One of the girls was saying you got married last year.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
I wasn't prying on you or anything. She just said he used to work here.
Yeah, his name's Christian. We worked together and got on really well. Trouble was, we rushed into things. By the time I realised I'd made a mistake, we were already married. In the end, we just separated.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It was for the best.
Have you kept in touch?
No, I haven't heard from him or seen him since he left.
So, are you over him now, then?
Yeah. Just look back at it all and realise how much of a mistake it was. And it didn't help us both working at the same place and spending all our time together.
Is that why you weren't sure about going out with me, with us working together?
Yeah, I suppose so. I just don't want to make the same mistake again.
Well, hopefully you won't. What about your family? Tell me about them.
My mum and sister, well, half-sister Ruth, they live in Bristol.
Have you got any other brothers or sisters?
My older sister Beth, she died 3 years ago. She was great. I don't half miss her. She had a heart condition. It was really sudden and no one could believe it.
I'm sorry. What about your dad? Where's he now?
He died the same year as our Beth.
I see.
Now you know why I don't talk about myself so much.
Yeah.
So, how about your family?
Oh, well, I've got 2 brothers, Hector and Vance.
Really?
It's all right. You can laugh if you want to. It was my dad's idea. He figured that if we had unusual names, nobody would forget them, and that we'd be able to stand up for ourselves in school. You know, like in that song, A Boy Named Sue.
And did it work?
Well, sort of. I mean, nobody forgets our names. And me and Hector were all right at school, but, well, our Vance, he was bullied. He calls himself John now and lives in Wales.
So do you enjoy working in bars?
Yeah. I'd like my own one day. I've got some great ideas. How about you?
Yeah, I really like it. Well, this is the only one I've ever worked in.
I bet all the guys that come in here are always trying to cop off with you.
Not really.
I don't believe it. If I came into a bar you were working in, I'd sit and I'd look at you all night. And I'd make sure I didn't leave until you agreed to go on a date with me.
It's nice. Would you like to come up to mine? We can finish all this in the morning.
Yeah, I'd love to. I don't want to put any pressure on you or anything.
No, I can't believe you did that. Best champagne all over me. What a waste.
Stop making me laugh.
Sorry. Who else lives with you then?
Just me, Jack and Katie.
That's nice. How long you been here?
I moved in nearly a year ago. Before that, I lived in the flat next door.
Is that where you used to live with your husband?
Yeah.
Sorry, I should have just kept my mouth shut.
Come on. My room's this way.
Toast down here if you want some.
I think I'll try and eat my way through my hangover.
Look, about our conversation last night, about Marcus, I don't want you reading too much into what I said, okay?
About you seeing a glimpse of the old Marcus you used to know.
Whatever it was I said, it only came out because I drank too much. Anyway, I don't want Ollie hearing about it. I don't want him getting the wrong impression.
How do you mean the wrong impression?
Well, you know how sensitive he is about Marcus. I don't want him getting wound up over nothing.
It's okay. I won't say a word, I promise.
Thanks.
So what we get me for in the race, Mum?
How about to do all your cooking and your washing for the year?
How about you, Nan?
You just do your best, then we'll see.
This Sean and Ainsley, I'll see you after the race.
Yeah, don't forget to do all your warm-up exercises.
Yeah, all right.
Don't want to forget that kid, Thomas. She's got more energy than the other two put together. The speed they grew up. I know. It doesn't seem that long since we were trying to teach her how to walk. Now you can't get her to walk because she wants to run everywhere.
Good luck.
We made quite a mess around here, didn't we?
Oh, it's a good job Julia's coming in later. I won't have time to tidy around.
I don't have to get out of bed yet. Just 5 minutes.
Oh, it's all right for you. I've got packing to do.
Oh.
Do you think we should throw these flowers out now? We don't want Julia wondering why you bought the garage's entire stock for me.
Husband can buy his beautiful wife flowers, can't he?
Oh, Max, we've got to get up or we'll miss the flight.
Darling, please, no. There's ages yet. What's the hurry?
It's all right for you. You can just throw anything into a bag. I need time to plan what I'm going to take.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, we'll be spending 2 weeks on a beach, so we'll hardly need anything.
Typical man.
Huh?
You'll complain when you get there and you haven't got anything you want.
No, I won't.
To your marks.
So, do you think she's a future gold medal winner? I don't want to put her under too much pressure. As long as she enjoys it, then I'm happy. Greg's convinced she'll make the Olympics. Then again, he thought Jason the captain of the Blues.
Oh, my Tommy has always had his heart set on Gregory playing for them too. But life's full of disappointments. Are those two speaking again yet?
No, not yet. Jason swanned off with Katrina for a couple of days. Greg said he'll have a word when they get back, hopefully to patch things up.
I should think so too. Life's too short for grudges, especially between families. So where have they gone?
As if they'd tell us. They've driven off somewhere, probably stay in some B&B. Never come out the room the whole of the time they're there. Let's just hope they're a bit more careful now. Don't want to repeat the other business.
Did Greg tell you about our little talk?
We mentioned something, yeah.
Did he tell you the full story?
And he didn't go into detail. I think he's still trying to come to terms with it, Jess.
Right. Let's go and get a cup of tea. And I'll give you the full story.
So?
What?
Well, tell us about the big romance then.
There's nothing to tell.
You are joking, aren't you? I was kept awake till all hours by you two having a whaling competition and you're not going to give me the rundown.
There was no big romance. It was just a one-night stand.
Oh. When did you go?
Still here.
So what's going on? How come you're sat out here?
Morning. Is it right if I use the bathroom?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Oh, when Stacey said that, I feel ashamed for him.
Shh, he might hear you.
Why are you being so funny about him? I thought you liked him.
He's all right.
So this isn't the big one then?
I've only been out with him once. And what's up then? Nothing.
I'm gonna go and get dressed.
Do you want a cup of tea?
Please. There's no need to rush off, is there?
I thought I'd get in early, let you have a lie-in.
Well, that's very sweet. But I'd much rather be back in there, cuddled up in bed.
Yeah, well, I'm dressed now, so...
Well, that can soon change. Like in about a second and a half, if last night's anything to go by. Listen, why don't we slip off this afternoon while it's quiet and go and have some lunch together? We could treat ourselves.
I'm okay, thanks. And if the bar's busy, it won't be fair if we're both missing. You take a few hours off and I'll see to the opening of the bar.
Okay, right. Thanks. I really enjoyed last night. Every minute.
Good, me too. Right, well, I better get down there then.
Well, give us a kiss then.
See ya.
Yeah, right.
I got back from Derbyshire and the subject was never mentioned again. Everyone who knew just got on with things like it had never happened. Except for me. I had to get on with my life after losing the only thing I had left of the man I loved. I never really got over it, you know. Even after meeting my Tommy and having our Greg. I always felt there was something missing.
Made you finally decide to tell someone after all these years?
I just figured it might help our Greg come to terms with what had happened with Jason and Katrina.
Yeah, but you kept it a secret all this time.
But I finally felt that if I couldn't pass on my experiences to my family in the hope that they'd gain something from them, then everything I'd been through was for nothing. A total waste. Secrets are no use if they're forgotten about.
Tell me about that, Jess.
Hiya.
Well done.
Second place, though. Brilliant.
The girl who won was Sissy champion last year.
And you'll be the next year.
Have some money for some crisps for the shop.
There you go, love. Well done.
Thanks.
So, with our Jason and Greg hopefully on the road to reconciliation, is Katrina going to be welcomed back into the family fold?
I'd like to give it a good talking to. Oh, Jason's besotted with her. There's no way I'm going to go rocking the boat.
Give her time. You might grow to like her.
I doubt it. There's just something about it I can't take to.
It's the fact that she's taking your little lad away from you.
No, it isn't. I just think he's too young to get involved.
She's his first serious girlfriend. He'd feel like that however old he was. You're losing your son to Katrina, and it's only natural you should resent her for it. But it'll go in time. Believe you me.
Hiya. Is everything okay?
Yeah, of course.
It'll pick up soon.
Oh, yeah.
I'll see to these two then.
So how come you're giving him the cold shoulder all of a sudden?
I'm not. I just think he wants to get all involved.
So, what's the problem? You only copped off with him last night. You'd go mad if he dumped you.
No, I wouldn't. Look, we had a really good night and I think he's dead nice. I'm just not interested in any mad relationship, that's all.
Has Rachel said anything to you about last night?
No, why?
I mean, we had a great time last night, but she's been a bit weird with me this morning. What have I done wrong?
Nothing. She just had a few problems lately. She'll be fine, just don't go putting any pressure on her.
Okay, right.
Max, hurry up! The taxi's waiting.
Yes, okay. Darling, what have you got in here?
Oh, well, I just had to throw everything in. I mean, I didn't have time to plan what I wanted to take because we should have got up earlier.
Yeah, well, we're ready now, so come on, let's go.
And have we got everything?
Yes, tickets, passports, money, luggage. You, me, yes, got the lot.
I just keep thinking we've forgotten something.
Yeah, well, look, I've turned everything off except the alarm. Everything's locked up. And anyway, Julia, she can check everything out when she comes round now. Come on, let's get this holiday started, eh?
Next tonight, when is a miracle a miracle? Only when it's been rigorously vetted by a somewhat secretive team of assessors. Equinox meets the Miracle Police in a few minutes. Up for more deals on wheels in half an hour after a supercharged Brookside.
Spoil sport. I was into that.
Don't you know you can be prosecuted for playing music that loud? Anyway, isn't it a bit early for that sort of stuff?
Don't be such an old fogey. You were late to bed last night.
Yes, I had a case to look at. What's she doing?
Oh, blast from the past, so I bought a new barbecue. Hope I'm not tempting Providence with the weather. Envy Max and Susanna in Goa. No weather worries for them.
No.
You're not planning on being late tonight, are you?
No.
I don't know what to do about Louise. Well, Dan's staying over at Bell, so he won't be back. But Louise, well, she dashed out as I was getting up. Did she say what she was doing today?
She didn't.
Is she with him?
I take it you mean her father?
I just wondered if she was with him this evening, that's all.
No idea.
Are you feeling okay? You look a bit pale.
Oh, I'm fine.
You've been very subdued these last few days.
A bit tired, I suppose.
Well, maybe we should be thinking about a holiday. Nothing as far afield as the Farnham's going to go, but, well, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? Just the two of us. Bit of sunshine.
I really can't make any plans at the moment.
Well, perhaps you could keep it in mind before Dan goes back to school.
Yeah, I'll do that. Look at the time.
We've been together for months, but we still haven't managed to get away, have we?
What about the building work?
Well, I'll talk to him about that. Be nice to have you all to myself for a while. Are you listening?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just late. It'd be nice.
You sure no one saw you take all these?
Think of the shame. Getting caught nicking flowers from our posh neighbours.
Tell you what, they must have more money than sense. Fancy buying all those flowers and then getting off on your holidays.
One man's rubbish is another man's treasure. That's what the fella at the council tip's always telling me. Right, I'm off to the Simpsons.
Before you go, do you think you can knock off a little bit early tonight? Fancy having our tea in Bar Brookie?
What for?
When you've showered me with flowers, you may as well go the whole hog and take me out for a meal.
I wanted to talk to our Jason tonight.
Well, you could have done this morning, but you packed him off to that job in Highton.
I keep trying to talk to him, but all he does is blank me. I've got to find a chance to apologise to him.
You really do want to make it up to him, don't you?
After talking to my mum and that, yeah, I've been a complete idiot.
I was going to have to wait till after our tea.
Oh, we're still way behind on the books.
Yeah, all that can wait and all. Because you are buying me a meal in Bar Brookie, then you're going to apologise to your son, and then I'll get back and do the books. See ya.
You sure you don't want to come along for a bit of moral support? You were there every day of my trial.
No, you're all right, mate. Anyway, Jimmy said he'll come soon.
Well, that's why I swapped his shifting. Thought he'd have seen enough of court in this time.
Well, he's still on Ron Dicko's case, isn't he, about getting some compost, so...
God, is he still on one about that? Hey. Thought he'd have dropped to know he's got his teaching job.
Well, you know Jimmy, once he's got the smell of money... Are you listening to me, what?
I'm sorry, mate. I can't work out. I asked her out the other day to KB me, but she's still giving me the eye. You see what I mean?
You ready, mate?
Yeah, ready to go, mate.
Look at him. Do you know something? You shouldn't be up in court today, and that fella should be in jail.
Yeah, I know. Well, let's just leave it and get it over with, eh, Jim?
Good luck, mate. See you, mate.
See you, Jim.
His turn in court today, eh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well, if he doesn't get the same as me, there's something wrong with British justice.
Just caught me there, Jess. Just on my way out.
Isn't it today you're saying them about that union job again? I thought it was. I was just going to scrounge a cup of tea. I was thinking about signing on with that cleaning agency. Great Grannies. You know, that lot Ron Dixon's running.
Do you fancy being a cleaner?
I fancy the money. And getting out of the house a bit more. I don't get out as much as I should.
Oh, that reminds me. Me and Greg are going off for a meal tonight. Do you fancy coming?
Oh, I don't want to be a gooseberry.
Don't be so soft.
If Greg doesn't mind.
Don't mind.
What are all these flowers?
A present off me thoughtful husband.
Greg buying you flowers. What's come over him?
Well, he didn't exactly buy them. I mean, you don't do so bad. You've got your work with the church. You're always going out for the day. You got a job, it might overstretch you. That Ron Dixon, he'll want his 10% or whatever it is.
What?
Ron Dixon, he'll want his 10%. You okay?
Oh, I'm sorry, love. I shouldn't be so nosy. I'll put this back. I mean, you and Greg probably would have picked your time to tell me about it.
What's up with you?
I shouldn't stick my nose in. But congratulations anyway, love.
Sorry to disappoint you, Gran, but you won't be getting any more grandchildren off me and Greg. He found those in the wheelie bin next door. Must be Susanna Farnham who's expecting. I was told she couldn't have any more children. The look on your face.
I'll talk about a shock.
Oh, God.
Hi, Mr. Dixon.
Hi, Katie.
Could I have a cappuccino, please? Just fancied a break for 10 minutes.
Don't blame you, love.
What are you up to?
I'm just trying to work out an advert, you know, about me great granny's idea for the paper.
What's that then?
You know, my idea about home help and that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. How's it going?
Well, I didn't get a lot of response from that card I put up in the garage, so I thought I'd spread my net a bit wider. But I've just got to try and get the wording spot on, you know. Have to attract the right type of granny.
I'm sure you do.
Why does this always happen to me?
What's that?
I need 4 bolts to put the legs on, and the package has only supplied me with 3 bolts. Unless I've lost one in here somewhere.
Like them flat-pack wardrobes and whatever. There's always something missing.
Happens every time.
No worries. I'll get me famous Bicky tin. I've had it for years. If you want nuts, bolts, screws, washers, it'll be in my Bicky tin.
Great. And that's your tea.
That's what I usually charge. I just don't think it's right to be celebrating.
Of course it is. Don't be soft. Come on.
You know, I've got a fine to pay. Never mind spending it on ale.
Oh, all right. My shout first. Look, you got fined $2 grand plus costs. That's $1 grand less than Dicko. Doesn't that say something?
Yes. It tells me that the court's hammered me. Now we're both potless. And you're spending your teaching money before you've even started the job.
2 pints of lager, kid. Unless you want a short, I can manage it.
No, Jimmy, it's not Christmas.
Listen, I'll tell you what it means, right? It means that Ron Dixon is more guilty than you. And that's what counts. I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? The magistrates have realised that.
Jimmy, it wasn't even the same magistrate, for God's sake.
Well, don't you believe it? Listen, these fellas, they're all in the same club. The club that you and me can't join. They've got it sussed. They've got their heads together and decided who deserves the hammering. Not you, Ron Dixon.
It's not the X-Files, you know. It's not some big conspiracy.
Sponger Dixon's going to be sick when he hears, I'm telling you. So, at least you were honest about your finances, weren't you, kid, eh? Not like him. Cash hidden away from the taxman and everyone else. At least you're paying up like a man. Not trying to wriggle out of responsibility by paying a lousy 18 quid a week.
Can I have another milky coffee, please?
Don't you want to know how we got on?
Just leave it, eh, Jimmy?
$2 grand fine he got. Doesn't that say something? Too flaming right it does. It shows that the magistrates know the score. They've sussed out who's really to blame.
Jimmy, I want to forget all about this. Just want to have a drink and just calm down, all right?
No way, Sinbad. Not while he is swanning bound without a care in the world, thinking he's got off with it. Not when he's lied about money. Not when he's the one to blame for everything.
We were both to blame, for God's sake. It was stupid. It shouldn't have happened, but it did.
Crap!
But why can't you just let it go? It's all over now.
No way.
Jimmy, I don't want this.
I don't want you getting away with this. You should be paying out. Paying out for all the grief you've caused.
God almighty, isn't it enough your little Carly survived? Why can't you be thankful for that? Instead of looking for easy cash.
Any joy?
Yep. Found just what we needed in me tin. Cheers. At least your burgers won't end up all over the grass.
Thanks.
So you're into barbecue grub. My mother reckons it's the trendiest way to ruin good meat.
She's probably got a point. It's just something for a change.
All right. We're eating out tonight at Bar Brookie.
All right. Yeah, they keep a couple of good bottles of wine there.
Oh, as long as they keep me a couple of pints of lager, I don't mind.
Hi. I did ring the bell, and as your car was there, I was trying to catch Louise. Is she around?
She's not here.
Yeah, leaving that research I asked her to do till the last minute.
I'm sorry. I can't help you.
I'll be around the front if you want me. Oh, me tin.
Bye.
See ya.
Yeah, I thought Louise will be pleased to know about my nice big upfront payment on the book. 5 figures, would you believe? And my list of plum lecture dates.
Look, if you'd excuse me, I'm busy.
Are you always like this? So priggish, so uptight.
I told you, I'm busy. As soon as you left.
Busy? You have more time off than anyone I know.
I happen to have time off during the week because I work weekends.
Ah, yes. Your work. Sitting around reading books all day. Actually, I had a really good idea on the train up from London. Would you mind if I had my book launch at your shop? Keep it in the family and all that?
Family? What possible concept of family could you have? You've wasted the best years of your life in the pursuit of some absurd goal, and now you're a social outcast. The nearest thing you've got to a family is your probation officer.
What's wrong with you? You know, you have a nice house, a good, cushy job. Ah, is that it? You're beginning to get worried about your imminent redundancy, aren't you?
Why the hell don't you get the message, Seddon? I want you out of my life and out of Eleanor's. Now get off my property and stay away from us. Do I make myself clear?
Perfectly. But I would like to know what Louise and Eleanor think about me staying away. Yes, perhaps I should ask them.
You do that. I'm sure Eleanor at least will back me up.
Oh, don't worry. I'll ask her. Definitely. I'll show myself out.
There you go. Got enough for 2 halves there.
I should be back at work.
Yeah, work. Some people wouldn't know the meaning of it. It's all right for them to sit round in bars all day. They can afford it.
Sinbad.
£2 he got fined. Doesn't that say it all, eh, Carmel? Much less because that fella's the one to blame.
Shut up, will you, Jimmy? Do you want a coffee or anything?
I haven't come in to talk to you. I'm just here to deliver a message from our Ben. He wants to see you.
Me?
I was just with him, and he asked if you can go in and see him.
Right.
Well, you haven't seen him for weeks. It's the least you can do.
Of course, I will, yeah. Did he say what he wanted to see me about?
No.
Hang on a minute.
Look, I just came to give you the message, that's all.
I'm gonna have to go and see him.
No way. All he'll do is have a go at you. Look, he'll kick off and then take out all his frustration on you.
But I can't just ignore him.
Well, that's exactly what you should be doing. All you've got to do is say one word against him and you'll get even more grief off Carmel. And Tinhead, he's got it in for you good style, hasn't he? Eh? You'll never get back with her.
Yeah, and if I don't go and see him, she'll have another reason not to see me again, won't she?
Oh, aye. Going to count your money, are you?
I've had enough of this, I'm going.
You haven't heard nothing. I want compensation for our Kylie.
I told you, you're getting nothing.
And what about your conscience, eh? You should cough up for that, if nothing else.
My conscience is clear, thank you very much.
Just drop it, Jimmy.
Well, you might regret not shelling out sooner if I set my solicitor loose on you. I've told you, I've seen one of the top blokes downtown. I've told him all about you and your daughter and all the cash you've got.
How many times have I got to tell you I haven't got any cash hidden away?
Is that right? Mike told you, didn't he, Sinbad? Even your own son knows you're a fiddler. Swimming in undeclared cash, you are. And do you know something? This fella's got to go and visit Ben in hospital. How do you think that kid's going to feel, eh? Knowing that he's crippled for life and the bloke who's to blame is paying back a lousy 18 quid a week when he's got thousands salted away? How's he going to explain that? What's he going to say, eh?
Maybe he could try telling them it was his own fault.
You what?
I don't believe this.
He was a fully trained fireman and he should have known better. As soon as he knew there was a gas leak, he should have phoned the right people, shouldn't he? Hey, but no, off he went on his own, playing the hero. He neglected his own duty, for God's sake. And it's all here in a phone book, under gas. G-A-S, gas. You phone them, they come out in minutes. Any idiot knows that. And if he had called the gas board or his own mates in the fire brigade, then he wouldn't have been crippled now, and he knows it. And another thing, if he'd have been in our court last week and told the truth, I wouldn't have been clobbered with a £3 fine. He may have a broken spine, but there's nothing wrong with his tongue.
I'm sorry you had to wear that, love.
I forgot to give you this. The directions to the spinal unit.
Listen, can we talk?
How long is this going to go on, eh? All this fighting and arguing about who's to blame. How can we talk when it just goes on and on? All Tim can talk about is getting back at you, lashing out. Chance of us too good, eh?
She'd have heard none of that if you'd have kept your stupid mouth shut.
Cheers, Lynn. See you again.
Thanks.
Bye.
Hi.
All right.
Can I have 2 pieces of fish, please, wrapped separate?
What, no chips?
Oh, I'm giving the chips a miss. Got to watch my figure, haven't I?
All right.
Every time I come in here, I put on a pound.
Well, can proceeds are coming in, you know.
Ah, but I wouldn't see you then, would I?
So who was he? I don't know. He was asking for Louise. But they definitely had a knack at each other.
Was it a boyfriend, you reckon?
Not unless she's into older fellas. He was old enough to be a father.
Oh, well, maybe Ollie Simpson doesn't like him chasing after Louise. How'd you like it if some owl fella was chasing after Aunt Nicky?
Nah, I think I might have acted differently to Ollie.
Oh, yeah, I bet you would.
Something about the guy, though. I'm sure I've seen him somewhere before.
What are you like, gossiping after the neighbours? Thought that was down to us women.
Hello, love. Sorry I'm a bit late.
Hey,
What are you doing here, Mother?
Oh, charming.
I invited her to join in the celebration.
What celebration? Why didn't you tell me earlier you got the job?
Because I haven't got the job yet. They've offered it to me.
So why didn't you say?
Stop interrogating her and congratulate her.
Well done, Laura. Made up for you. So you're taking it then?
Don't even know where it's based yet.
What, you mean it could be away from Liverpool?
There's a good chance, but I don't think so. Anyway, how many times have we moved the past 10 years?
I know, yeah, but...
And how many times have you told me a builder can work anywhere?
True.
Look, the only problem we've got is us coping with the domestic stuff, me working longer hours, still managing to do the estimates and that.
Well, you never know. The new job might be so cushy you can write them up in the office.
Look who's just come in. Come on, Greg, now's your chance.
So I can't talk to him in here.
Well, go outside then. We'll be all right for 5 minutes.
You two set this up?
No, we didn't. Now, go on.
Time for an apology, eh?
Well, they can't carry on like this forever, can they?
All right, son. What are you doing here? I mean, your mum will have an artine here. We just fancy the change. Your nan's over there as well. Listen, do you want to come outside for a minute?
What for?
Just for a minute.
What's all this about?
I just wanted to apologise to you and Katrina.
There's no need.
There is, son. I just hadn't thought it all through. How you and Katrina must have felt about the pregnancy and... I'm sorry for what I said and how I treated the pair of you. Will you accept my apology? I'm not just saying all this, you know, son. I really mean it. I don't like the way we've been with each other recently.
You're not going to give me a big wimpy hug like they do in Home and Away, in that, eh?
Oh, I yell.
Good.
I'm sorry I'm late. I got held up.
Have you been talking to Marcus?
Marcus? No way.
He had the brass-neck cheek to come round here this afternoon looking for Louise. Well, I told him she wasn't here, but he kept hanging around, deliberately trying to needle me. The effrontery of the man. He's beyond belief. He denigrated my work, boasting about the money from this wretched book and making snide comments about my job security. He's about to cause trouble. I know he is. Like you told Louise, he has to manipulate or try to manipulate people to suit his own warped agenda.
Why are you getting so wound up? You should just have ignored him.
How can you ignore someone who's been asked to leave but who just keeps bouncing back as though nothing had ever happened? Well, I told him straight, I want him out of our lives. And he told me he better consult with you and Louise first, so I told him to carry on. I'm surprised he didn't come straight round to your office.
I see.
I also told him that I'd have your support. I assume that's right. You'll talk to him, put him straight.
Yes, yes, of course I will.
Yeah. Well, the sooner he's out of our lives, the better.
So did you tell this fella to apologise?
No, she didn't. It was all his own idea, love.
Why, Doc? What made you change your mind?
Like I said, son, I just hadn't thought it through. Listen, do you want another one?
No, you're all right. I've got to go meet Trina.
Oh, by the way, your nan's asked us over to St. Anthony's Club on Sunday night, if you fancy. You and Katrina.
Thanks, Nan, but no thanks.
There's live music on, you know.
The country squires, no less.
think I'll just stay the rebellious kid for a while. See you later, man.
I remember when just getting them to wear the school uniform was a problem.
Yeah.
The older they get, the bigger the problem.
Right, back to business. Do I take this uni job or what?
Yeah, love, why not? Just go for the day.
Hey, you'll have to check about your maternity leave, especially after your news this morning.
You what?
Your mum found a card in those flowers.
To my beautiful pregnant wife, it said,
kiss, kiss. I nearly had a heart attack.
So did I then.
That'll teach you to go robbing stuff off the farms.
Oh, didn't you say she couldn't have any more kids? Something to do with that car crash?
Didn't you tell me they were thinking of adopting?
You won't need to anymore. Not now Susanna's gone and got herself pregnant.
Lee can't bear to part with his, whilst the Hendersons can't wait to be shot of theirs. Just 2 of tonight's Deals on Wheels. Next.
All right, look. You looking for our Jason?
No, it was yours. I don't have a word with.
All right. Well, there I am.
It's a bit embarrassing, really, only I overheard something I wanted to ask you about.
Well, get on with it, love. Time's money when you're self-employed.
It was something you said about Mr. and Mrs. Farnham.
Me? Like what?
Like that Mrs. Farnham was pregnant. I overheard you talking to your Margie about it.
Oh, you mean the flowers in the car they found?
Did it say she was pregnant then?
How come you're so interested?
I just know someone who might have been interested in buying the house, that's all. And I thought if she was pregnant, they might decide not to move out.
Oh, right. Maybe your mate should start looking for a new property.
So, did the card really say she was pregnant then?
Well, it seemed pretty cut and dry to me. To my beautiful pregnant wife, it said.
Oh, right, well, that's pretty clear, I suppose. Sorry to have held you up. I'll tell my mate not to bother putting an offer in on the house.
Right, whatever. See ya.
See ya.
You don't look dressed for ringing your chamois out. You got somewhere to go?
Yeah, I'm going down the spinal unit to visit Ben.
Oh, right. Taking his time getting well, eh?
Maybe he ever does get well. Hey, I tell you what, mate, you better make that 2 fish cakes. I don't think I could face it on an empty stomach. Still, I won't know what he thinks of me unless I go and face up to him, will I?
Listen, mate, let's take that off for us, will you?
All right. So you're losing Mr. Corkill, eh?
Yeah, unfortunately. You know, you take ages training somebody up, and then they go off and get a proper job, like teaching.
Ungrateful so-and-so, eh?
Yeah. You haven't seen our Leo about, have you?
Not today, why?
Well, he was supposed to be helping me out in here, but he hasn't shown up again.
Is he letting you down regular?
Well, he's hardly Mr. Reliable, is he? Says he wants to chill out all summer with his mates.
Yeah. Well, at least he's got his head screwed on, eh?
Well, he's here, he's hard work, though. Typical teenage, you know what I mean? Knows everything.
Except how to take orders, eh?
He's just not interested, mate. And you can't be like that when you're serving people, can you?
No, you can't. So what sort of stuff are you looking for, then, part-time?
Part-time, full-time, whatever, mate. I don't care what colour, creed, size or shape. Just someone reliable.
You know, when I was growing up in the homes, I used to dream about working in the local chippy. Mar Wrigley's, it was called. Used to get sent round there with a plate each and a bowl full on top, and she'd fill it with 6 penn'orth of chips and a fish, and we'd bomb back round before it got cold. I thought that must have been the greatest job in the world, working in that chippy. All the chips you can eat, including all the crispy bits. And look where I ended up, eh? Half crippled for years of doing the windows in all weathers.
Well, there's a job in here for you, know, if you want to make your childhood dreams come true.
What, me behind here?
Yeah, as long as you promise not to eat your way through all the profits. There you go.
tell you what, if you're serious, I'll give it some thought. I don't think I can survive another winter on the windows anyway. Right, I better get down there.
All right, listen, tell Ben everyone here's still asking about him.
Yeah, well, see you later.
Hiya.
All right, what can I get you?
Can I have 2 cans of Diet Cola, an orange and a lemonade, please? Just getting around in for the girls. They need cooling down a bit. It's baking in there.
Hey, I want to try working here. So, how's it going next door?
Oh, you know, hair today, hair tomorrow. It's pretty predictable.
There you go.
So, we should cool them down a bit. Right. See ya.
See ya.
Sorry, were you about to say something?
Yeah, I just wondered if I'd given you the right change.
Yeah, 40 pence. Cheers.
See ya.
Oh, thanks for bringing these round.
It's no problem. Do you need me to bring anything else round?
No, I don't think so. I didn't think you'd get these done so quickly.
Well, I thought if I got them done, I might be able to slip away early. You know, if you didn't mind.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah. I just need to see Jackie about something and it'll take me a while to get there.
Well, I don't see why you can't slip away. We've got no appointments booked, have we?
No.
And the answer machine's on. I can pop back to the office and pick up any messages later.
Oh, that's great. Thanks.
OK, see you on Monday.
Yeah, I wouldn't normally ask, you know, but it will mean a lot to Jackie. So, yeah.
Bye.
All right. Come in.
Looks like you're struggling a bit there.
This is a good day. Should have seen me 2 weeks ago. Nearly slung this thing through the window. Grab a seat. I'll just finish this, then I'll be with you.
Right. I bought you Do you want a hand there at all?
I've got years ahead of me yet, when I'll want to put on a pair of socks every day. Are you gonna be there to help me for the rest of my life? Thanks for the offer, though. If I want help, I'll ask, okay?
Yeah.
Old man Dixon's been in again, then?
Jackie's dad, has he gone?
Yep, without paying again. Get rid of this, will you?
I'm paid to work behind here, not tidy up for you.
It was only a suggestion, not an order. I'll do it if you like.
No, go on, I'll do it.
I don't mind.
Said I'll do it. Mr. Dixon's been here all morning. He's only had one coffee, and every time I tried to hint, he just ignored me.
I didn't ignore you the other night, and you certainly didn't ignore me. Maybe we should try it again sometime.
Did you say you were going to clean this lot up?
For you, Rachel, anything.
It would get there.
Oh, I couldn't have done that.
You could, with time. Which isn't something I'm short of. You have me up to all kinds in here.
Your mum asked me to call by.
Yeah. Thought it was time we said hello. Thought you might want to see how well I was doing.
That's a good idea. So what's this place like then?
Not bad. Get the usual hospital moaning and wailing at night.
That's just the nurses, is it?
Keeps me awake a bit. Makes me realise how lucky I am. Knowing how tough it is in here for some of the others. It's hard to believe sometimes. I'm one of the better off ones.
Well, it's that's something at least.
There's a fella down the corridor. Got hit by a car. 2 12-year-olds driving it. He's wrecked. He's lost his right arm. His face is all caved in, and the rest of him's paralysed. What kind of a life's he gonna have, eh?
It's terrible. So have you given you any idea when you're likely to be out of here?
3 weeks, month maybe. No one really knows. Take each day as it comes at the moment. Some days I make a bit of progress. Some days I feel like tearing my hair out because it seems like I'm getting nowhere. There's a few perks, though. And I've got a cracking occupational therapist. She'd make anyone feel better.
She hasn't got your basket making, has she?
Go away, basket making. What century are you in? I go on day leave to college. Got me into all kinds, computers to law. It's like the start of retraining for me, really. Get me ready for when I'm out of here and back in the real world. Not gonna be fighting any more fires in my time.
So, you've seen the last of that, then?
Can you imagine being stuck in a fire and seeing me crawling up the ladder to bail you out? Wouldn't inspire much confidence, would I? Nah. But if there's any chance of a desk job, long term, like, they'll do what they can for me.
And you all right with that now, yeah?
I haven't got much choice, have I? The more I talk it out with the psychologist here, the more I come to terms with it.
So, things aren't that bad after all, then, eh?
No, not if you count never walking again as something to look forward to.
Oh, God, I'm sorry, Ben. I didn't mean for it to sound that things were going brilliant for you. It's just that, well, you know, you were so open and I just thought things were going
Things
really
are
well.
going okay. But not for the Ben I used to be. Things are going okay for the new Ben. The one who's crippled for life.
Oh, Marcus, you startled me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
What were you doing watching me like that anyway?
Can I be honest?
Well, what do you mean, honest?
I was watching you. The way you look. The way you move. And I was wishing that I had spent the last 18 years with you, instead of behind bars.
If you're looking for Louise, she's out, I'm afraid.
I know. I was hoping to catch a moment with you.
I don't think it's wise, the two of us being here on our own together.
I know exactly what you mean. You've cut yourself.
I must have caught myself on a thorn.
You know why me and your mum have drifted apart, don't you, eh? And I can't blame her for thinking all that stuff she does about me. When I'm sitting here looking at you with your body half wrecked, and all because I let Ron Dicko have a stupid piece of hose pipe.
I'm gone, Sin. That's not why I'm like I am.
But you wouldn't be here if I hadn't have done that.
It's not just down to you, though. Ron played his part. He connected the stupid thing even when you told him not to.
But I should have known better in the first place. All I ended up with was a stupid broken ankle. I'm not paralysed from the waist down, am I? Neither's Ron Dixon when you come to think of it. I don't even know how he can bear to talk to me. You've got every right to have me thrown out of here just for being hard-faced and come to see it in the first place.
Listen, before you get the sackcloth and ashes out, one of the things I've been through with the psychologist here is about coming to terms with who is to blame for what. And the bad thing is, I don't care anymore. Fair enough, yeah. You played your part. So did Ron. But the worst thing is, so did I. I was the trained fireman, right? I was the one stupid enough to go back in when I should have known better. I should have been straight down the phone box banging in 999, but I didn't. I couldn't. Not when I heard Jackie next door. I knew if it went up, she could have been killed. I did what I thought was right at the time. Same as you did when you gave the hose to Ron. Same as Ron did when he fitted it. This is a mad world, Sin. You make one mistake and a million things spin off from it. My mistake was not using my brains. Yours was trying to do a mate a favour. And Ron's was being hungry and wanting his can of beans.
I don't think I could get my head around it like you have.
I know how you must be feeling. Because I've been through it all a million times myself. The world turns, Sin. Things happen. And then you die. Or not. Depending on whether it's your time or not. And the good news out of all this is, it wasn't our time, was it? Or Ron's, or Kylie's. We're all still here. Still smiling. I said smiling.
All right. I'm sorry I took you by surprise back there.
Oh, don't worry about it, it's fine.
I wasn't expecting anyone to be around the back, otherwise I wouldn't have just blundered in like that.
Honestly, it's fine. Just forget about it.
I certainly will. That's one thing you learn in the building game. Customer confidentiality. We see all kinds. You can rest assured I won't go shout my mouth off about what I've seen. I mean, anything I say on any other job. Right, I'll get back to it. See you later.
Katie, what's going on? It's just so mad. I knew I had to tell you face to face. Tell me what? Come on. I hardly believe I'm saying this. I was in Bar Brookie and I overheard something being said between Jason's mum and dad.
Oh, don't tell me lover boy Jason's got a secret wife and 9 kids somewhere.
Jackie, just listen, will ya? It's about Max and Susanna. Well, the bit that matters to you is about Susanna. Jason's dad reckons she's pregnant.
Susanna? Well, she can't be.
That's what he said.
Jason's dad? Well, what would he know about it?
Jackie, I wouldn't have come all the way here if I thought there was no truth in it. Everything I hear points towards Susanna really being pregnant, honestly.
There you go. Tell your mum I hope she gets better soon, yeah? Later. All right, back again.
Can I get a couple of more cans, please?
Fine by me. Were you washing your customers' hair in this next door?
No, I've got 2 young ones in going blonde. They have to sit for ages, so I thought this would stop them from dying of thirst.
All right. I thought most hair places only supplied tea and coffee, you know, they're being cheaper.
Yeah, well, I make the exception on the odd occasion.
So you weren't looking for a reason to come and see me as well?
Now, why would I do that?
Will you tell me?
Well, I suppose now you mention it, something had crossed my mind. I thought that if I called in person, and if I was nice to you, there might be a chance that you'd invite me out again.
Oh, right. See, I thought there was no point, you know, having had the knockback before. Like.
Oh, well, you never know your luck. Might be worth a try.
Hang on a minute, just so I don't make a fool of myself here. I mean, are you asking me to ask you out?
Well, I suppose if you put it like that, yeah, I am.
There goes nothing, I suppose. Hey, Pauline, do you fancy going out for a drink one night after work?
5 o'clock suit ya?
What, tonight?
Yeah, well, not unless you've got other plans.
No, it's great. We could meet up next door, me.
It's great. That'll save rushing off, won't it? See you at 5 then. Bye.
I'll be there.
Hi. Am I allowed to say I'm sorry?
Not if it involves another attempt to touch me uninvited.
I didn't mean that to work out the way it did. I thought that there was something happening for both of us. I promise, I wouldn't want to overstep the mark with you. You mean too much for me to do that.
Look, I really think you ought to go, okay?
So, just go, yeah? Not come back?
You've heard all this before, Marcus. I really think it's time you took note of what's being said here.
It's meant a lot to me to be able to share some time with you again after being kept from you for so long. I didn't want to leave without letting you know how much I've grown to love you again. I guess I'd just hope that, given time, we could...
Marcus, please. Why don't you just do what Ollie asked you to do and get out of our lives?
Because Ollie means nothing to me. What Ollie says means nothing to me. What he thinks means nothing to me. Whether he lives or dies means nothing. The only person that means anything to me besides Louise is you. It's what you want that matters to me.
Marcus, just go. Please.
I know. You need a bit of time and headspace to sort things out. I won't be far away.
Hi. Mind if I join you?
Help yourself.
So, enjoying your break?
Yeah, I suppose, as breaks go. Why? Shouldn't I be?
No, yeah, carry on.
I thought you were going to tell me off for a minute.
No, not at all. I just thought you might like a bit of my company, as it's quiet.
All right. Yeah, I don't mind.
I was just thinking, we haven't talked much since we spent the night together.
No. Don't suppose we have, really.
And we didn't talk much that night, did we? We were otherwise engaged.
True.
So, I was just wondering whether you fancy getting together again so we can not talk to each other.
Bruno, I thought we were just having a one-night stand.
Yeah, sure. But a one-night stand can lead to something a little more long-term, can't it?
It doesn't have to, though, does it? Let's just enjoy the memory, eh?
You all right, sir?
Yeah, all right, mate. I was just going to go in for the bevy, but I didn't fancy the small talk.
You get a hard time from Ben?
No, not at all. In fact, it was just the opposite. You put a few things in perspective for me. It's full of life, mate. And fight. Real fight. Not like me feeling sorry for myself. No wife. A job I can't do properly anymore. Nothing down for me.
We all have days when we feel like that, don't we?
Yeah, but not weeks, not months. No. I've got to do a Ben. You know? I've got to look at my life again. Set myself a few targets. And stop feeling sorry for myself.
Well, look, I can't help with the wife situation, but I'll take you on this chippy any day if you want to make a fresh start.
Hey, don't need you feeling sorry for me, you know.
Look, son, I'm being serious. I know it's not the greatest job in the world, but I need somebody in there I can rely on, somebody I can trust.
You ready, Mick?
Just be a minute, Pauline.
Aye, aye. I thought I could smell aftershave.
Look, I better shoot off, but listen, have a think about it. If you want it, the job's yours.
Well, I've thunk. And if you want me, you can have me.
Oh, nice one. Welcome aboard. Have to get you all trained up, only, not just now, eh?
Pleasure before business, eh?
I'll put one in for you behind the bar, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Well, whatever the truth is, we can't just take Greg Shaddock's word on it. I mean, he could have his wires completely crossed for a start. This Cardiff farm might not have anything to do with Susanna being pregnant.
There must be some connection, though. It's not something he'd just invent out of nowhere.
Well, did he say if they still had the card lying around?
I don't know. I suppose it could be, or it could have just been bin by now.
If we could just get a look at that card, it'd be proof, wouldn't it? Or at least as close to proof as we're likely to get. Casey, what if the Farnhams are really having a baby of their own? What am I supposed to do with this?
Well, we can't just ask the Shadwick straight out, can we have a look at it? That's going to seem dead suspicious.
Well, What about you having a word with Jason? If the card is still around somewhere, he could get hold of it for you to have a look at.
He's gonna think I'm really weird going on about some card that's got nothing to do with me.
Oh, never mind that. You know he really fancies you. He'll do whatever you want him to do.
I don't know.
Oh, please, Casey. Work your magic on him for me. I've got to know what's going on one way or the other. I've got to find out if that card says Susanna's pregnant.
Well, all I can do is try my best. I'll have a go.
Now, why is Joey dancing cheek to cheek with a big burly janitor? Must be a guy thing. Friends, here on 4, next.
It's all right for some.
Sorry?
Just getting back, are you?
Well, it is after 6.
Well, while you're putting your feet up, spare a thought for those of us who are just starting their day.
Well, it's a bit late for window cleaning, isn't it?
I'm not window cleaning anymore. No. This is the first day of my new job.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a bit of a dream come true for me, actually.
Where is it?
In the chippy with Mick. £4 an hour plus all the chips I can manage.
What more could you ask for?
Yeah, it's a good thing I'm one of them people who can just eat like a pig and not put an ounce on. See you later, Al.
See you.
No, it's all right. I'm using the phone in the office. Rachel's hanging about in the flat. And how am I supposed to go about it?
Look, Casey, I know it's a lot to ask of you, but you know how important this is to me. If Susanna really is pregnant, then I've got to see the proof with my own eyes.
Jackie, I hardly even know them. I can't just go turning up at the house. They'll think I'm a loon. What do you expect me to do? Go rummaging through the bins? I work for a solicitor, you know, not a private investigator.
Look, I don't care how you go about it. You can break in the middle of the night for all I care, or flirt outrageously with that Jason. You can do whatever you like, so long as you get hold of that card off those flowers for me.
Jackie, I've only just finished work. I'm absolutely knackered. You'd never do anything like this for me. Can't believe you're making me do this. Yeah, OK, I'll let you know how I get on. All right, then. Speak to you later. Bye.
There you go. What do you reckon? Do I look the part or what?
Very nice. I'm just glad you decided to come aboard.
Well, I'm glad you made the offer, eh? About time I stopped walking around as if I've got a big, huge cloud over my head, you know. Life's too short, but I make the best of what I've got.
My sentiments entirely, mate.
And as long as Ron Dixon keeps out of my way, I'll be fine.
Yeah, well, look, I don't used to be fighting here, do you hear me?
Don't worry, mate. I wouldn't waste my breath on him.
Well, he's right. He's not worth it. Look, you made your peace with Ben. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. I could go on feeling guilty for the rest of my life, couldn't I, eh? Wishing I could go back in time so that he'd be all right and me and Carmel would still be together.
Yeah, it doesn't change anything, does it? At the end of the day, you've just got to accept what's happened and move on, don't you?
Yeah. And that's why I'm here. And who knows, maybe my apron might have the same effect on the women as yours does.
What are you about?
Ah, come on, the way all the customers throw themselves at you.
Oh, all the customers?
Well, that Pauline one does, doesn't she? And, by the way, you didn't tell me how far you got the other night.
What do you mean, how far?
Oh, come on, don't act all innocent with me. You know what I'm talking about. Did you hold hands or did you get a tongue sandwich?
It's like being back at school, this.
You see, you're evading the question, which only leads me to believe that you didn't get anywhere.
You can believe whatever you like, mate.
Oh, come on, Mick. I mean, you can tell me anything. I mean, that's what mates are supposed to be for, aren't they?
Behave, will you? You're only interested in all the pervy bits.
Oh, so there were pervy bits?
The man, mate.
Oh, come on. Why are you being so cagey?
Hi.
Look, never mind my private life. It's time for you to prove whether or not you're up to the job.
All right, girls. What can I do for you?
Can I have 2 pies? And,
Here we go. Hey, that's lovely, Carly.
Aye, cheeky chops. Have you finished?
Yeah, I think he's had enough.
Did your big sister make you lovely dim-dims?
Grandad,
Yes, my love.
Mummy said when I go to base school, you'll be my teacher.
I certainly will. Would you like that?
You'll be teacher's pet, won't you?
Gotta go in next week.
What for?
Oh, just to have a look round, you know, meet the teachers, discuss the curriculum, all that sort of stuff.
Makes me laugh when you say that. Doesn't seem real. At least Carly will have a grandad she can be proud of.
Heard anything from her, Dad?
He'll be here as usual, won't he?
It's only for an hour, isn't it? Look on the bright side.
Well, it could be for longer soon. The welfare report have made it clear that they think she should be spending time with both of us.
That's just a load of legal mumbo-jumbo.
Well, it's all very well calling it mumbo-jumbo, but it's all going to go in his favour at this contact here, and he could end up with as much access to her as me.
That really would be a crime.
How must his mind work, eh? I mean, it's one thing despising me, but how could any man use his own daughter like this?
Well, that's how low that fellow would stoop. He really is the scum of the earth, that one.
Mama.
Right, come on, Baba. Oh, let's be having you. Oh, Dr. Daisy, 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 do. Ow, 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 ow. Be back. Oh, the sooner you start walking, the better, my laddie, oh. Because your old dad is too old for all this malarkey. Come on.
All right. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm just calling on the off chance. I know I'm probably not going to have much luck, but I thought it was worth a try.
Thought what was worth a try?
Well, I've been searching high and low for some photo albums and I can't seem to find them anywhere.
And?
Well, I know it sounds mad, but it's really important that I find them. They're all my old family ones.
Nah, how can I help?
Well, you know I used to live here.
Did you?
Yeah, me, Jackie and Rachel used to rent the place off Mr. Crosby. I just assumed you knew.
No, I never.
No wonder you're looking confused. I know the chances are dead slim, but I remember us putting some boxes in the loft. I was just wondering if we forgot to take them with us. You know, they might still be there. Perhaps it was in the garage. I'm sure I put loads of boxes in there.
I think we'd have noticed.
Well, would you mind if I came through and had a look? Just to put my mind at rest, if nothing else.
All right, love.
Hiya.
What are you doing knocking for this reprobate?
That's very nice, isn't it?
I'm just going over the road to talk to Soft Dollies. Won't be a minute.
You don't realise how lucky you are having a dad.
Yeah, well, that's a matter of opinion.
Hey, no. You should never take him for granted. One day you won't be here anymore. Then you'd be like me, going off your head trying to find a few stupid photos.
Well, you better come in then, hadn't you? And if those photos are here, I promise you I'll find them for you. I put this here for you.
All right. Oh, sorry, love. Didn't mean to scare you.
You shouldn't creep up on people like that.
I'll try not to make a habit of it. No, I forgot to tell you before. I'll be starting a bit later tomorrow. I've got to pick a few bits up from town.
Fine. I'll drop the keys off for you before I go to work.
Sound. See ya.
Bye.
The sooner that extension's finished, the better. I'm sick of him and his gormless son hanging around here all the time.
Why are you so jumpy?
I'm not. He just startled me. Why can't he use the front doorbell like any other normal person?
Oh, his cheeks are dead red, aren't they?
Yeah, well, he's got another tooth coming through, haven't you, son?
Oh, it must be agony, mustn't it?
It was no fun for us. We didn't get a wink of sleep last night.
Oh, my mum looked like death warmed up going to work. She'd be falling asleep on the counter.
It's all your fault, isn't it, eh? Hey, all your fault, isn't it, eh? Yes, it is.
Kylie, go and brush your teeth and get your pyjamas on.
Oh, do we have to?
Yes, you do. Now, go on, then you can read Will's a story before he goes to bed.
Okay, then.
Well, that's one thing you can be grateful to Gary for.
What?
Kylie. And I bet if you had your time all over again, you wouldn't change a thing, really, would you?
Don't know what I'd do. If I had my time all over again, I'd leave him as soon as I was pregnant.
Yeah. And I bet he'd still come back to haunt you.
I really hate the thought of him having access to her.
Well, you don't know that's going to happen, do you?
Don't I?
None of us do until it goes to court. This is all speculation. Anything could happen between now and then. You've just got to be patient.
My patience ran out a long time ago.
Oh, I just feel like I'm being swept along by a whole system and nobody really cares what's best for me and Carly.
I know, love. But the only other thing you can do is take the law into your own hands. And we both know that's not an option. Been down that road before.
I know.
Look, you might feel you're being swept along now, but I'm telling you, you put 1 foot wrong, and that Gary will do everything he can to turn the whole system against you.
I suppose you're right.
You want to just leave everything to her next door. Let her do the dirty work for you.
And I've got to put up with seeing Gary twice a week in the meantime. Seeing him with Carly knowing he couldn't really care less about her. Is that done?
Check it's not too hot, will you? Love, I know it's hard for you.
Hard? That's the understatement of the century.
Come on, you. Ready for your bok-bok? Hey? Oh. God, it's hard to believe it's the same house.
It'll be sound when it's finished.
It's if it ever does get finished. All mouth, my fella. A couple of months, he reckoned, when we first moved in. Be lucky if it takes a couple of years at this rate.
Hey, I heard that.
Yeah, you were meant to.
I've told you I've got to put paid work before this place.
Yeah, so this place won't be finished till the year 2012.
I reckon that's a bit optimistic.
Yeah. Take that off for us, Jay.
Right, then we better go and look for these boxes, and then I can get out your way then, let you have your tea.
I really don't think you'll have much luck, you know, love. I'm pretty sure there was nothing in that garage when we moved in.
Take a medical to get through all the junk.
Yeah, well, it won't do any harm to have a look. I'll be as quick as I can.
Come on.
Oh, she's a nice girl here, isn't she?
Yeah, I think our Jason thinks so and all. Hi, love.
Hiya, Dad. Do you want another cup of tea or anything?
What's got into you?
Nothing. I bought your neck up on the way home.
No, it's all, love. You after something?
No. Hiya, Mum.
Hiya. How's it been, yeah?
She was telling me her mate Joanne has had to drop out this trip to Ibiza. She got appendicitis.
Oh, didn't even know they'd go to Ibiza.
Yeah, it's a big gang I'm going, I told you. So Vinny was saying it'd be brilliant if I could take that Joanne's place.
When are they going?
Next week. What do you think? Just what I need to take my mind off my A-level results.
Got to ask your father.
Why? I don't really see why I should have to ask either of you. I'm 18. I could be going to university in a few months. It's about time you both accepted I'm old enough to stand on my own 2 feet.
Oh, yeah? How are you planning to pay for this holiday?
Thought you and my dad might want to treat me, because I've worked so hard.
There's 2 fish and chips to go, Willie said, and make sure they're wrapped properly this time, will you?
All right, I'm getting there. Who are these for?
Going out on a delivery.
We don't do deliveries.
No, Pauline just phoned. Said I'd drop them up for her.
Oh, she? Thought you'd had a beck and call already, has she?
Come on, give it here.
Why the 2 portions?
Because that's what she asked for.
Well, who's the other one for?
You ask a lot of questions, don't you?
Well, it's a pity you don't bother answering them, isn't it, eh? Yeah, there you go. All beautifully wrapped.
You'll be all right on your own for 20 minutes?
Yeah, I should think so. It's not busy, is it? Anyway, I can then to do my hospital corners while you're gone.
It won't be long.
Hey, Mick, the other portion. She's not married, is she?
Sin. Do you really think she'd have me delivering to the door if she was? See you later.
I hope you appreciate how filthy I'm getting in here for you.
Oh, you're awfully good.
I don't think we're gonna have much luck, though.
How much more stuff's in there?
Not much. Aye, what's this?
What?
False alarm. Just some of my old footy programs. Shouldn't be in here, though. They're gonna get jumped. Right, that's the lot. What are you doing?
Don't you recycle your bottles?
No, why?
Well, you should. There's no excuse. There's bottle banks on the parade and everything.
I guess it's just something we never get round to do.
Well, you should start.
Yeah. Well, I've cleared out the garage and there's definitely none of your stuff in there.
Oh, well, never mind. I really appreciate you looking for me. I did. Better get off.
All right, then. I'll see you later.
Thanks again.
That was Dan on the phone. He's going to stay over at Bell's for another night.
Oh, so we got the house to ourselves again?
Yeah. Makes a nice change, doesn't it? You fancy getting a film out?
Yeah, we could do.
Make the most of the peace and quiet.
Yeah, I suppose we should. Won't be long before Louise is back from Tom and Jones, and possibly living here full time.
Oh, she's definitely made her mind up then.
Well, I think she just wanted to check it out with them, make sure they're okay about it.
Oh, I can't help feeling sorry for them. Well, you must admit, and she's hardly spent any time down there since she found you.
Oh, don't. I feel guilty enough about it already.
I'm sure they only want what's best for her. And if she's definitely decided to start at Liverpool Uni, well, I'm sure they'd much rather she was here with us than living in some student hovel.
Well, are you sure that you won't mind her being here more permanently?
No, of course not. I get on great with Louise. In fact, I'd go so far as to say it's cemented our relationship even more. It's brought us closer together.
Glad.
There's only one downside to it.
What's that?
Marcus. This is going to give him the license to come round here whenever he feels like it.
Hey, how have you coped?
Think you could call me a natural? There you go, mate.
Here, now. Well, let's face it, you spent enough time in here anyway. Well, on the other side of the counter.
Yeah. I was thinking of going down the Swan when I finish, you know, celebrate my new life. Do you fancy one?
Oh, look, I'm sorry, mate. I'm gonna have to shoot off once Jimmy gets here. You know, spend a bit of time with the kids.
Fair enough. Well, suppose I'll have to have a celebratory drink on me, Tad. Mind you, I'll have to get used to being on my own, won't I?
Hey, look on the bright side. We'll be copping off mates again. Going down the Montrose on the pool like the old days.
I thought you were spoken for.
Nah, still early days yet. I mean, the last thing I want to do is go jumping into some big heavy relationship.
So an affair with a married woman would be ideal. Come on, you're having an affair with a married woman, aren't you? Mick, just be straight with me.
I better get that, eh? Hello.
Sure you don't want any of this, love? There's loads more on the pan.
No, I'm all right.
Tell you what, love. That was gorgeous. You're the only person on this earth that makes corned beef hash even better than me mother.
It's nice to know I've got some talent.
Yeah, Dad, I'll take that for you.
Oh, so, love.
Yeah, you can take mine and all.
Please.
Please.
You can get straight out there, put all the stuff back in the garage.
You can't let me food digest first.
No, I know you. You don't do it now. I'll be like that for months.
Put the kettle on. I'll make you both a nice cup of tea.
What's got into you?
It's no good sucking up to him, love. Pretty sure I know what his answer's gonna be.
Answer to what?
Go on, ask him. Put yourself out of your misery.
Ask me what?
The thing is, Dad, Tavinia and a group of me mates are all going on holiday for a week to Ibiza.
No way.
You haven't even let me finish yet.
I don't have to. If you think I'm going to let you go gallivanting to the Canaries with a gang of girls?
It's not even in the Canaries.
I don't care where it is. You're not going.
All I want to do is go on holiday with me mates. It's no big deal.
Yeah, and I'd like to go on holiday with my mates. But life's hard, isn't it?
And Mum, will you tell him? Everyone else's mum and dad's letting them.
Oh, Nick, your voice goes right through me. You know, it goes all high-pitched.
And we're not everyone else's mum and dad. We let you kids have too much freedom as it is.
What are you on about?
Well, look at our Jason and the trouble him and Katrina got into.
Yeah, well, our Jason's a divvy, I'm not.
Hey, I heard that.
Hey, now that's enough.
So what are you trying to say, Dad? I'm going to be getting up to all kinds. Coming home pregnant or something. Is that what you think?
Nicky, I said that's enough, didn't I?
Look, you can argue all you want. You're not going on holiday with your mates. That's my final word on the subject. Now, forget it.
I hate this house.
Yeah, and I hate the sound of your whinge and gob. And don't you dare slam that door.
I beat her. She must think we made the money.
Hello. Okay.
Hi, it's the new boy.
Very funny.
How's you been, Mick? Not been eating all the profits, I hope.
Hey, less of the stick, you, Jimmy. And anyhow, I wouldn't be able to go on these recruitment drives if you weren't going to be a Judas in a few weeks' time and leave me in the lurch.
Oh, aye, yeah. I mean, who do I think I am, eh? Going off to be a teacher when I got a perfectly good job here. So how's your first day been, Sim? How's his rapping, Mick? Hey, listen, it's all about rhythm, you know, kid. You got to go with the flow.
Yeah, well, it sounds. Hey, I'm just looking forward to getting back into a proper routine again. Because after the last couple of months, all I want now is a nice, normal life. Where I can go to work, have a few bob in my pockets at the end of the week for a few pints. What more could I ask for?
I know. I mean, you and me have been through the mill in the past, haven't we, eh, kid? But we always manage to start again and make something of ourselves. And do you want to know why? Because we're survivors, you and me. That's what we are.
Yeah. Just got to take life one day at a time, haven't you? I mean, look at me. All set up with karma. I thought that was it for the rest of my days. And the next thing you know, something comes along and blows it all sky high.
Literally. Yeah, well, look at me. About to start my new teaching job next month, you know. For the first time in my life, everything's fallen into place, but you never know what's around the corner, do you? I mean, I could drop dead tomorrow for all we know.
It's all cheerful stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, well, he's right, though, isn't he, eh? I mean, one minute you're plodding along quite nicely, and the next thing something comes along and knocks you back down again.
Yeah, it's called life, mate.
Well, on that cheerful note, I'm off down the Swan. Do you fancy it?
Yeah, I'd love to. Only the thing is, if my Jackie's tea isn't on the table in 15 minutes, I'm dead.
Yeah, well, see, I'm out of all that. See you later.
Yeah, see you, kid.
See you, mate. At least he's trying to look on the bright side, eh?
That's all you can do.
Katie, you appreciate what I've gone through.
Well, did you find it?
If you dare tell me that isn't Max's handwriting, I'll scream. I had to go rummaging through bins and everything for you. Not only that, but Jason Shadwick must think I'm completely off my head. To my beautiful, pregnant wife, thank you for making me so happy. So it's definitely his handwriting? Yeah, I'd recognise it anywhere. Oh my God, Casey, this is a nightmare. I still don't understand it. I thought the only reason he wanted you to have a baby for them was because she definitely couldn't have one of her own. That's what they told me. Well, then she can't be pregnant then, can she? It's impossible. But she is. We don't know that for sure. Oh, of course we do. Casey, if they are really having a baby of their own, they're not going to want this one and all, are they? And where will that leave me? A single mother at 22 making bottles and changing nappies. I never wanted to have kids till I was at least in my 30s, and even then I'm not sure if I really want any. I'm sure they wouldn't just abandon you. You've been through too much together. Yeah, only because they were desperate for the baby. And now they're going to get one, they don't need me anymore. What if they refuse to give me the rest of the money? I'll be a million times worse off than when I first got into all this. I'll have all my own debts to pay, plus an extra amount of fees. I just couldn't do it. Come on, there's no point worrying about all this until you've spoken to them. There's every point. It's due in 6 weeks. If the father was going to turn around and tell me that they don't want it anymore, then I need to decide what I'm going to do.
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right, thanks. Not too bad, you know. You have to excuse me if I stink of chip fat, though. I've just started work with Mick over the road today.
Oh, right, how's it going?
Well, it was all right, yeah. We had a good laugh. I think I'm going to enjoy it.
Ah, so you're off home now to put your feet up?
No, I'm going to go off down the Swan, treat myself to a pint and have a little read of the Echo. Well, that's the life, isn't it?
Oh, whatever makes you happy, I suppose.
Come with me if you like. I won't say a word to Ollie.
Well, perhaps another time. Ollie and I are planning a nice quiet evening in. I've been sent out for chocolate supplies and he's gone to get a video.
Oh, well. Well, the offer's always there if you ever change your mind.
I'll bear it in mind.
See you later.
Bye.
What's bugging me most of all is, why didn't they just tell me before they went? Why did they just go sneaking off like that? I don't know. They've obviously got no intentions of ever telling me. They'd have to eventually, wouldn't they? Would they? They've already got their place up for sale. For all we know, they might be planning on doing a bunk or anything and just leave me here on my own with the baby. I don't think they'd do that. Thinking about it, Katie, there's no way I could keep it. I couldn't just turn back up on the parade with the baby in tow. Max's baby. Come on, don't be getting yourself all upset. I'd have to get it adopted, wouldn't I? Look, you don't even have to think about all this right now. You've got to speak to them first. I wouldn't even know how to go about it. I mean, imagine if it takes ages and I have to look after it until he sorts something out for me. I'm sure it wouldn't be like that. I mean, no one's going to make you look after a baby you don't want. I wonder if they've told Lisa about all this. Dunno. She'd probably kick me out onto the streets now, won't she? Don't be soft. Yeah, but we'll soon hear what she's got to say for herself. Are you going to ask her? What do you think?
could a pinpoint of energy change the way wars are fought? Equinox traces the development of the laser beam next and reveals the dawn of the death ray.